Owners, welcome to AutoAppy. So today we're going to cover a very interesting automation which is based on Forms.app and Google Sheets. So here you will be able to sync donation data from Google Forms to Salesforce or either Google Sheets for tracking purposes. So in order to understand this workflow in much more detail, let's consider a real-time example. In the past, whenever someone submitted a donation form on Forms.app, the team had to manually open each submission, copy the donor's name, amount, email address, and the payment details, and then paste everything into the Google Sheet using for tracking contributions. This manual process took time, caused delays in updating records, and sometimes led to errors or missing entries when things got busy. After creating the automation, the entire workflow changed now. As soon as a donor submits a form, the automation instantly captures all the donation details and automatically adds them as a row in Google Sheet without any manual effort. This ensures real time updates, accurate records, and a smooth donation tracking process, allowing the team to focus on more meaningful tasks instead of repetitive data entry. So now that we are clear about what this automation is about, let's go and understand a bit more about AutoAppy. AutoAppy is a no-code platform which is used to automate such kind of automations without any line of code. So now, in order to know automation, in order to know more about AutoAppy, let's go to its home page. So for that, we'll go to its landing page. This is the landing page of AutoAppy where we have different nav options like Home, Apps, Learn, Automations, Pricing, and Workflows. So as we go down, you can see that we have a section named as Connect Your Apps, which is the area which discovers and connects apps to create powerful automation workflows. So here you can see that we have n number of applications which we have integrated with AutoAppy and which you can use further in your automations with respect to your business needs. So now let's go to the next section, that is the set up your automations part where you can explore how you can streamline your workflows and save time with our automation features. So here these are basically the templates which we have created for you so that you can have an idea of how a particular workflow works. So for that you just have to simply go to view details and check for how a particular workflow is done step by step. And if you're a if you're a person who wishes to try it out, just simply click on try it out and see how it suits your businesses. So such kind of templates are present. So there are n number of such templates which we have created for you guys. Please make sure that you go through them in your free time in order to understand about automations. So now let's scroll down to our pricing plans. So we have three pricing plans, that is the starter plan, the essential plan, and the professional plan. So in the starter plan, you can see that for rupees absolutely zero per month, we have provided you 3000 tasks every month, unlimited workflows, unlimited team members, and whatnot. So just simply sign up for free and take as much as of advantage you can of this opportunity. So now let's go and head on towards our today's workflow. But before going to today's workflow, make sure that you have already signed into AutoAppy and that you have connected your Google credentials to the same. So now let's go to workflows. So this is the dashboard which opens up when you go to the workflows. So basically, if you are already signed in, then this page will open up. So make sure that you have already signed in. So now let's start by creating a today's workflow. So for that, let's go to add workflow and give it a name as track donation data using Google Sheets via forms.app and say save. So this opens up an interface like this in front of you, which prompts us to select a trigger node. So in here, now you will be having a question in mind saying that what is a trigger node? So trigger node is basically just like a starting point to your entire automation you're going to perform. It's basically a backbone to the entire workflow. So consider it as a if condition which if not satisfied will not head on towards the next condition. So in our case, the very first trigger node is the forms.app from where we are supposed to fetch the details. So let's go and do that. So just search for forms.app and select new form submission amongst the task type and say add first app. So now that we have successfully added this application into AutoAppy's canvas, let's go and set this node up. So for that we will have to go to the hamburger menu here, which will open up the setup, the configuration and the test window for the same. So now you can see that we have a start capturing sample data option, and absolutely below that we are having your webhook URL which we are supposed to copy since we need that in order to integrate this node with AutoAppy. So for that, let's just scroll down. You can see that there are setup instructions given as in how to set this node up with how to set this node up one by one. So let's go to the first step. So the first step is about logging into forms.app account. So since I already have that account, make sure that you also have one and you have created a similar form to like how I have created. So let's go to my form which I have just created using forms.app. So this is the form which I have created and it has the following fields like first name, the last name, email address, the donation amount and the payment method along with the address and the phone number and the donation cause. So this is the form which I intend to use in order to capture the data into Google Sheets. So for firstly, we will have to go and connect this with AutoAppy's webhook. So for that, we will have to go to connect, and in connect, we will have to go to edit under webhook. So if you're having a previous connection, I'll just go and delete it since we do not require that. So now let's go and add a webhook freshly so that it's easier to understand. So for now we will have to go and copy the AutoAppy's webhook URL and paste it here and just say save. So now that it has been saved, we will go to the share tab and copy the link from here and paste it into the new window. So now that our form is live, let's go back to AutoAppy and say start capturing sample data. So while it is capturing the sample data, let's go to the form which we just opened in the new tab and fill in the details. And the donation cause, I'm just saying development of infrastructure. Remaining, I've just taken it from my existing content. So you can put any other content over here. So now that the data has been captured, let's say submit. So now that the form has been submitted, let's go back to AutoAppy. Wait for a few seconds until the data gets captured and then hit check status. So you can see that the data has been captured successfully and that the node is live with all the details which we wanted. So now that the node is live, we'll just close this and head over to our next step, that is going to the plus icon, which will help us add the next action node, and this time it is a final action node of that of a Google Sheet where we wish to store the data from the forms.app into the Google Sheet. So for that we will just go and select Google Sheets as our options, and in the actions we will select insert a row in Google Sheet and say add node and then yes add node, and then it will open up the setup configuration in the test window for Google Sheets. So here it will tell us to select one from the existing connection and the create new connection. So since we are a new user, let's go and create a new connection. So let it be named as Google Sheets #9 for now, #19 for now, and we'll just say connect with Google, and then it will ask for some permissions from AutoAppy. Just simply go and connect your account which is connected to AutoAppy via Google. Just say continue. So now that the connection has been created, it is asking us to enter the Google Sheet ID which we require to map. So make sure that you also have a similar kind of sheet created like this one, which is having the same fields as that of the form which we wish to store in the Google Sheet. You have this kind of a form which has a donation forms data with the fields which are as exactly as that of the forms we have created, so that there is no problem while mapping the data. So now let's go and select the sheet ID from the URL itself. So this is the ID. Copy it and then go to map data and wait for 2 seconds, and you'll get the sheet name inside this drop down. So now that we have received the sheet ID and the sheet name, just select the sheet name here, which will fetch all the form details which we have entered into the form, and those same are into the Google Sheet. So now let's go and map these one by one so that it gets easier to fetch all the details. So now let's go to the data mapper, and then in this we will go and select our previous action, that is forms.app, from where we are supposed to get all the other details. So now let's search for the first name, which was Swarali. Say confirm and do the same. Go to the data mapper near the last name and go and select Shirokar as the last name. Say confirm and then go to the donation amount. Repeat the same process, and it was 50,000. So just say confirm, and in the payment method again we do the same thing. Go to the data mapper, go to the previous application and select bank transfer. Say confirm, and then in the address repeat the same process. Go to the application and then select Baner Pune as your address and say confirm. Phone number, do the same thing. Go to your previous application and search for the number you had entered and say confirm. And now hit submit. So now that the data has been saved successfully, we will say test this no. So now it says that the row has been inserted successfully. So this means that the Google Sheets has been set live, and that the insertion is successful. So now let's just go and check in a Google form, in a Google Sheet, whether the row has been inserted or not. So here you can see that with full correctness, the entire details have been successfully stored into the Google Sheet while we entered the details into our form. So now let's go and perform another form filling in order to see how this automation takes place. So now that the testing phase is over, we know that the workflow is live. Let's go and open up a new form. So you can always go and do refresh. So it will open up the form again. So this time let's enter some different names like Sahana, Shastri. In the mail we will say sahana@gmail.com. Then for donation amount we will say 20,000. For payment method we will say net banking. Let's keep it in caps. Net banking. Then address we'll say Hinjawadi, Pune. Then for phone number we will go for a dummy number, that is this number. Then from where did you hear us from? This is not what we want to capture, so let's just let it be as Google. And in the donation cause we will call it as charity purposes. This say submit. So now that the entire workflow of this is live, the details of this have to be stored into our Google Sheet. Let's go and check. So here you can see that the details have been successfully stored. So as and when a user is going to go and fill up this form with any details, it will go and fetch them like this and get them stored into your Google Sheet without much of any effort. So this is how the entire workflow takes place. So hope that you enjoyed the auto happy journey and you got inspired from it, and that you got inspired from it. Do not forget to like, share and subscribe this video. And if you're someone who wants to supercharge your productivity, make sure that you head over to our website and start automating today itself. So this is it for today's lecture, guys. Until and unless I see you into the next upcoming video tutorial, happy automating. And one more thing, just remember that if you have any queries or any doubts regarding to any automation, or if you have any custom ideas in your minds you want us to cover our next automation on, feel free to comment down over our YouTube comment sections and our team will be very happy to help you out with the same. So until I see you into the next video lecture, thank you.